Hello, it's been a while since I've done a little vlog. Just to do maybe a little catch up. Nothing to catch up on. I have been, for the past 10 months, procrastinating like it's an Olympic sport. I really don't know what happened. It's just, once it starts, once you kind of stop writing, it just kind of snowballs into the next week, then the next week. And that's kind of what happened. I was using the excuse that the job, I've been there a year now, is quite physically demanding. So I was quite tired when I came home. And although that was a kind of, I would say it was a legitimate excuse at the time, I'm used to it now. And I was still using it as an excuse. So I've been sitting down, I've been working through what I want to do. I had an operation on my hand. I don't know if you can see it, to be honest. I think I said in my last one, it was a carpal tunnel one, because anytime I was sitting typing or anything like that, it was quite painful. And anybody that's had carpal tunnel, you know what it's like. And it was getting quite bad. So eventually I had to get an operation to fix it. So it's healed nicely. I've still got a little bit of, it's not tenderness, it's just every now and then it does hurt a little bit. It's just part of the healing process. The actual wound itself has healed quite nicely, but the stuff in here, I think it takes a little bit longer. And especially since, like I've said, I am, it's quite a physically I'm lifting, it's a bakery, but it's like large amounts, so it's like big 16-kilo bags of flour into a big mixer that I'm lifting. And although the boss was good when I went back, he did help out a lot just till my hand had healed enough. And the difference is amazing. The operation was obviously successful because there's been nothing since I've been typing and all that. So that excuse is out the window as well. I can't say, oh, my hand hurts. It doesn't anymore. I was thinking of doing screenplays. And I've said this before, because I had ideas and I thought, maybe I should focus on screenplays more and not the novels. And I bought the course from Bang to Write. It's Lucy V. Hay. She does screenwriting. It's mostly about screenwriting, but she is also a novel writer as well. Her course, it had a big discount on it, and it was getting down to the last day, and I was like, should I not? Because, I've bought the Heart Breathing course, which is full of information, and this one, I thought, do I really need it? And I thought, well, no, it's more, like I said, the screenplay side of things with some novel stuff in it. And plus, she has office hours where you can actually have a Zoom meeting with her. So you can talk about anything that you maybe want to know more about. And you can email people, and that's great. But actually having a meeting with somebody that you can talk to them and bounce ideas off without having to email and wait for their reply, then answer that back and forth. This was, I thought, much better. So I paid for that course. I did have a meeting with Lucy, or chat, it wasn't a meeting, where it kind of solidified things a bit more for me, give me food for thought. So I still think I'm going to concentrate on the novels and maybe do screenplays as like the second creative outlet, if you will. So I've went ahead with that, which meant, now I've done you've seen this, I added a little crow skull on the front of it, but I think I need to jazz it up a bit more. It kind of blends in too much. This is my project, not a planner, it's all the details I need for the world building and the characters and things like that. So I've got that I've started. I went back, excuse me, if you recall, I was on Ream Stories, and I didn't delete the account, I just deleted what I put up. I'd done about 4 chapters of my cozy fantasy. I did have more written. And I realised I was keeping up the chapter a week. Well, it was a chapter of that one, and then it was a chapter of... What was the other one I was doing? I can't remember. Was it my dragon one? Could have been. Anyway. But then, like I said, I started the job. It was very physically demanding. I got tired. You know, because once you've been... This is, I'm using the excuse again. Basically, I leave the house at 5:45 in the morning, and I don't sit down again until I'm back in my flat at 2:15 in the afternoon. So for those 8.5 hours, I'm on the move. I'm working quite hard. I'm not sitting down at all, and not eating very much either. I have maybe a pancake at midday, and that's about me. So that... Actually, adding on onto that, that's something else I found as well. When I come home and you sit down, your body's like, oh, thank God we're sitting down. I also have to have my dinner. So I'm having my dinner sort of mid to late afternoon, because otherwise I eat a whole bunch of crap. And that's something recently I've been doing. So I felt better with that. I've felt better physically because I'm used to the work. And then I've made this decision that I need to get back into the writing and stop using everything else as an excuse. So I'd got that course for Bang to Write. It's Bang to Write Academy. If you go to the Bang to Write, it's Bang number 2 Write, as in write. You'll be able to find details about that. They've got loads of... It's a teachable thing. So if you've bought the Heart Breathings course, it's on the same website, you know, because individuals can have their own teachable account. So the layout's familiar. I've worked through a few of them, and in my little chat with Lucy, she pointed out several of them that I should pay attention to. So I'm working my way through them, and it's getting more inspiring to get back into it. So I've picked up my cozy fantasy again. I've started working on that. Planning wise, I've actually kind of put that to the side a bit. I'm just working, except for that project journal or folder, I should say, because it's more a folder. That's more to keep details right in my head. I've also got this folder here, and it is just lined paper. And it's more like a scribble pad. It's for brainstorming. It's just for dumping everything that I can think of into the one place, and then I can put it in. And it's quite handy just free writing in it when you're brainstorming. You don't have to worry about what it looks like, how neat the writing is. I'm just scribbling down notes, and I can sit and do it in my bed or on the sofa when I'm watching something or listening to an audiobook or something like that. Maybe not an audiobook, because then I'd start writing the audiobook, but you know what I mean. So I've got that as well. This is what I was using as my planner. And I've decided what I'll do with this one is each day I can just write in, because it's the one with, no, go back the way, let me show you. It's ones like that. It's got quite a bit of space. So what I'll do each day is write a note on what I need to do that day. And then at the end of that writing session, I've said this before, and I can't remember who did it. Rachel Aaron, I think, did a book on it. If at the end of your writing session, then write down, make notes on what you want to do for your next writing session, and then you're not wondering what you should be doing. If you see, you can just go straight into whatever you need to do. So that's what I'm going to use that for. So I'm going to set this up today, and I'll probably show a little bit of that. Something else I might show you as well. I've decided I didn't really like writing in Scrivener. I preferred writing with Microsoft Word. It's what I've used for years and years. It's what I'm used to. And I did try and get into Scrivener, but it's like, no, but I found a template. I can't remember the lady's name. She's on YouTube, so I'll try and link it, because she gave a free template where it was the outlining process, and you could put in, you had your action plot, the love plot, your main character, your second main character, your antagonist, and underneath it had all, you know, the plot for those particular things. And then you could actually weave it all together in another section, and you can see where you may be too heavy on one plot and not enough of another, so you can adjust it and see what you're doing. So I'll try and remember, because I'm terrible, I'm sorry, I do try to remember these things and link things. That's been quite handy. So like I said, in my project journal there, I can write down all the world building things, and on the Scrivener outline, I can actually outline and see the different themes throughout the plot, and what needs worked on, what's maybe too much action and not enough, if it's a romantic fantasy or a fantasy romance. So you can adjust it that way. So I'll maybe, yeah, I'll try and remember to do that, and I'll maybe show a little bit of it. Another thing, just talking about fantasy romance there, is the project that little purple folder is for. I couldn't decide if I wanted it to be a romantasy or just a fantasy with romantic elements in it. And it turns out there is a difference between fantasy romance and romantasy, which I thought they were just both the same thing, but they're not. Apparently, romantasy, it's a romance with fantasy elements. Makes sense. Whereas a fantasy romance, the main storyline is the fantasy, and it has the romance as, you know, the secondary main plot. So I think that one is going to be more a fantasy romance rather than a romantasy, because I want the fantasy plot to be the main focus. So yeah, I'll be working on that, but I will show you the bits and pieces that I have been doing. And like I say, I'm back into writing my cozy fantasy. I might go back onto Ream at some point, but not with the main book. I have an idea for supplementary content for my cozy fantasy, which I thought was quite a good idea. But we'll see. Maybe people won't agree, but I'm going to try that. So I'll get on to working through this book here, setting it up. I'll add it into this video, and then I'll show you also the template that I got that I've adjusted to work for Scrivener. So I'm using this happy planner. This will be like my daily, maybe not daily because I don't write every day and feel absolutely no guilt about that either. But this is for my writing sessions, I'll call it. I was using it as a planner, and I think everybody remember this is what I'd written down for everything I was going to be doing. I'll just leave that in there because it might come in useful. But yeah, I was using it as a planner. So what I'm doing now, for each writing session I'm doing, so this is, I've not filled it out properly, it was just a quick little thing. This was the monthly calendar, so I'll just use it for each chapter, just do a quick little blurb of what's happening in that chapter. I obviously have a more detailed outline in another notebook, but that's just to kind of give me the gist of what's happening. And then I couldn't decide, I'll show you a blank one actually. Couldn't decide what I wanted to do with this section. I thought they were, for some reason I thought they were all like that, which would have been fine. But I know this was like in tasks, important dates, something there, and notes. And I thought, well, what can I use them for? Because it was really these I wanted to concentrate on. These are the dates, and they're just, you know, the Tipp-Ex whiteout tape that you can use. So I decided I'll put in the bullet points for the chapter I'm working on that, and I can keep carrying down for whatever do this one, I'm not sure yet, and then just notes on what I need to do. And then this is what I'm hoping to do tomorrow, is to work on these little ones. And then when I've finished that writing session or done that, I can move on to the next day and do the same again. And I won't do that until I've done this, so I don't need to do the whole week or all the next writing sessions. See how things go, and then fill in. Once I finish this writing session, immediately write that one so I know exactly where I'm going for the next time. And I've just sectioned out these, so I'll use these for probably each project that I'm working on. I might have to add in more for whatever project. So this one, I'm going to use this for my next project, the fantasy romance I'm planning out. And then there'll be other things. So this will not get filled out quickly. This will take a while, but it was better than wasting it, because like I said, I've put aside kind of my planning things because I don't feel I need them as much. Oh, we haven't finished that one. Oh, that's fine. So yeah, so that's what I've got just now for each daily writing session. And then I will also show you what I've got for my Scrivener template. So this is the template I'm about to use, actually. It's the first time using it. It's from Jacqueline Medina. I will try and remember to link the video where she has the free template. So, excuse me, as you can see, if I click on plot, it has weaving, where you weave all your plot themes or plot points together, and you can see where it is. So if the action plot, and these are all coloured as well, the action plot, the love plot, main character plot, secondary character plot, and antagonist plot. So when you want to start weaving, actually I'll show you, jumping ahead there. So the action plot, ignore that background, I'm changing it to, I had a different colour palette and I'm just changing it, I need to change the background. So you can see here, the beginning, and I put a little blurb. Beginning, plot turn 1, pinch 1, midpoint, pinch 2, plot turn 2, end. Basic, but it does the job. And it's the same for the love plot. Has the same, the main character, and it's the same. I've changed the icons because I wanted more fantasy based icons. So of course the action plot has to have a sword. I left the love hearts for the love plot because, you know, that's what it is. It's love. So what we can do at the beginning, she did say you copy it to something. I don't know how to do it. It doesn't come up with that on Windows. Maybe that's with a Mac, but not on a PC. So I just duplicate it, and then I can move that into weaving, into the beginning folder. And then if I click on weaving, you can see that's come there. It's got the action. So I can do that with each main point, the love plot, the main character plot. Whatever I put in, because they're also color coded as well, it'll show up all the things I've done. If, you know, it depends on your outline as well, where in the beginning these things happen for each one. Because the love plot might not start until, you know, maybe plot turn 1. And, well, yeah, plot turn 1, they might not meet each other until there. You don't know, is what I'm saying. But watch the original video and it'll give you a better explanation. Like I say, I'm just learning it, and I'm hoping it will give me sort of, because it's color coded and things like that. I mean, the weaving needs more. I need more folders in it. I've just got beginning and end. I need all the things. You need to do it for each important point in your manuscript. You need to have something in the weaving. So obviously this is very basic and I've just started, but you can see how it would actually help. And Jacqueline Medina has got maybe about half a dozen videos on how she uses Scrivener to outline and things like that. So that's what I've got there. Um, get you away. And also, you know, you've got your characters and all that. But that's mainly what I have, or I'm about to start to use for my outlining. I will still write with Microsoft Word because I have a Kindle that I can use with OneDrive. So because I pay for Microsoft Word, it's connected to my OneDrive. So I have it saved on my PC, but I also have it saved in my OneDrive, and I can use my Kindle because I actually purchased the keyboard that goes with it, so I can write on the go. And I'm about to go to the Whitby Goth weekend in maybe a couple of weekends from now, and I'm planning on taking it with me. Unfortunately, I can't have Scrivener with me, but I at least can do some writing for that. So there we go. That's really just, you know, the basic thing that we template that I've got just now. I will flesh it out. I'm actually thinking I might need to put um something to do with magic. I might put a folder in for that as well. I'm not sure. It will depend on whatever story I'm telling, but I might make a because this is sort of like I've done this as a seven, was it a 7 point structure? Something like that. Our video explains it. This is my fantasy edition. I'll maybe do some other ones that have added magic plot or things like that. We'll see. It depends, like I say, it depends on what story I'm telling. But that's what I have for that. I will link it, but in case I forget, it's Jessica Lynn Medina. And she has a few videos on using Scrivener to outline. So that's it for me just now. That's a quick, maybe it wasn't that quick. Maybe I rambled a bit. I did tend to do that. But that's kind of where I'm at just now. I'm looking forward to getting back into my writing. I'm working through more of the Bang to Write Academy videos, which have been quite informative. There is a lot of the things, especially with the novels and self-publishing, that I already knew. But hearing other people's perspective on things certainly gives you food for thought. So I'm going to continue with that. I hope everybody's doing well. I will try and be more regular with these videos. I keep saying that, never am, but I'll try. That's all I can say really. It's all I can promise is I'll try my best. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing, please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye.